back to working on exploring. This is part 2 of our journey back to the shop from Idaho. After our slow and wonderful trail run, we are now 3 driving days away from getting back to the shop and more than a few camper projects that need to be worked on. If you didn't see the trail run and going out of the way to get away is your thing, I think you'll enjoy checking out that trip, and I'll post a link above. In this video, we return to the pavement, heading south from the Wild Horse Recreation Area on Highway 225. We discover 2 free but less remote camping areas to stop over, and I would highly recommend one of them, and you'll see why the other is not recommended. But both camp areas were in Nevada. So let's get going. It's morning and time to leave our surprise find campsite. After 2 days, a quicker pace and pavement should be a nice change. So back to the pavement we go. This route is on small southbound highways with an opportunity to get supplies and fuel near the I-80 in Elko, Nevada. After we supply up, we continue on to our final destination for the night, a BLM area called Spencer Hot Springs. The best part about Steve is he actually cleans windows too.
That's how I was going to have to do this.
But this is how it gets done when you're out in the middle of the desert with no ladder.
Yeah.
Unlike our first 2 nights, I found numerous references to this area and had an idea of what to expect. With near perfect weather, just a few campers, and a location just 5 miles off the highway, it was a great night. We enjoyed doing the recon for our parking site away from a few other rigs and the main pool area. Lots of room to spread out, climb a hill, or stay down low. Let's check out the camp area. Breakfast cleanup is complete, the rig is ready to roll, and it is time to head towards those snow-capped mountains. Then bear left to continue traveling south through Nevada. More than 300 miles to go today for our next night of camping. I was excited to find an area where it might actually be cooler than 90 degrees near Las Vegas. So let's get going. Coming up is Goldfield, Nevada. Goldfield, Nevada might just be one of those places worth exploring if you are traveling through Nevada. Get a taste of life in a booming gold mining town with a reportedly haunted hotel and a grand courthouse. Goldfield was about 2.5 hours from our evening stop and 180 miles north of Las Vegas. You can find lots of information about this little place online. The end destination was 15 miles west off the 95 on Lee Canyon Road, which is a straight road climbing into the mountains. For our last night, we found a pull-off off of Lee Canyon Road and got camp set up for the night. We set up camp, we opened up the back hatch and enjoyed the breeze and dined while overlooking this canyon. What an amazing and enjoyable view. Actually is pretty nice. We didn't make it to the actual destination where I was headed because the grade coming up the mountain was probably the toughest one the truck had, and pulling the Jeep, the load on the engine was pretty high, and Steve spotted a couple other options, so we picked one just 2,000 feet elevation gain on the way up, and that's where we are. So we are getting ready to go, kind of battening down the hatches, making breakfast. Still got to take Cooper out for a walk. There's lots of rocks here. Making my last coffee, and we'll head outside here in a minute with Cooper walking, and I'll show you around the campsite. Well, here's our campsite. Well, I'm standing in our campsite, and there's the paved road. Maybe you saw the car there earlier in the clip. Kind of shows you how close we are to this road. We're about 6,500 foot elevation, so it was, although the camper was warm, it was able to cool off. Very breezy up here. And we're right next to a canyon. You can kind of see on the map. I didn't really want to stay here. And the reason why is you find people's crap. They don't know how to take it home. They pack all that stuff in with them, and they can't seem to figure out how to open a door and throw the bag in and take it with them. So we are going to attempt to do that today. I think we have room in the Jeep to grab it. Here's a quick view of the canyon that we're backed up into, or I should say overlooking. I hope we don't go into it, because that would be pretty bad. And there's our leveling solution. But we found all kinds of little potty spots around the surrounding, shrub area of where we were camping. It was just ridiculous. So I've been in sites before where I just take a dog poop bag and go pick up little butterflies everywhere. You know what I'm talking about. Poopy butterflies. I can't recommend our Lee Canyon site just because of the trash and the toilet litter everywhere. But I would probably return to Spring Mountain Recreation Area with the hope to explore deeper and take the truck where others don't want to or can't venture. We headed out in the morning back to the shop where a long project list awaits. Our next video or two will be covering the big and small work yet to be done on the rig. Until then, thank you for joining us and checking out our custom camper and travels. We greatly appreciate hearing from you, especially getting questions on the rig. Click that thumbs up if you like the video and drop us a comment or question below. And if you're setting up your rig, renovating, or just enjoying the journey, click the subscribe button and follow our continued progress and travels in this new rig. We hope to see you out on the road, and good luck with your working and exploring.